Hi everyone, welcome to visit the St. Patrick's Estate in Manly, and we are today's guides. We will be introduced the floating grade walkway, including stair flights and handrail on the site. And if you want other things information, please go find another tour group. Thank you.
This is the map of the place we are going to. The yellow bold line is the part we introduce, and this is the map of boardwalk. The creation of boardwalk aims to freely enter and enjoy the present environment for people. Considering the corridors in direct contact with the natural environment, choose a suitable height far from the ground vegetation. The purpose of designing boardwalks is to incorporate them into the park. Therefore, it combines with nature. To enter an uncultivated place with natural flora and fauna is not an easy thing to do. Then people can easily access and enjoy their surroundings through it, is to provide convenience for people. The boardwalk is designed to complement each other in color by using FRP for the walkway and surroundings. It combines the materials of composite with the steel railing to add cohesion and integrity. FRP has property of corrosion resistance. The support includes footings in metal and stringers in polyvinyl chloride, which ensures the stability and safety of the road surface.
Let's talk about appearance of floating grade walkways. The foam is generally made by stair and walkways. It provides handrail to at least one side of each stair flight. It also provides a minimum of 3 risers at every stair flight. For walkways and the stair surface, it uses material of galvanized welded metal mesh and fiberglass mesh panel systems. Materials is suited to a coastal environment which may be impacted by fire. Material also provides a slip-resistant surface. For handrail surface, it uses material of galvanized welded metal to protect the steel underneath from further corrosion in many circumstances. For stringers, it uses a material of PVC to provide sufficient supporting strength. In general, the floating grade walkways has strong aesthetic appearance.
Now we are here at the side of boardwalk, and the boardwalk is composed by deck, barrier, post, and ledger. It's important to determine the exact extent, position, alignment, and level of all floating grade walkways, and associated stair structures when constructing this boardwalk. Look at that stairs. They are supported by small posts and composed by stringer, trees, small posts, and fixing. And also provide a minimum of 3 risers at the very stair flight. Also, all riser heights to be seen within any one stair flight. These are section and plan of stairs. Here is elevation and plan of walkway. Walkway, stair footing and framing system to be minimized ground disturbance. Secure surfacing in place and provide adequate support for load. And also provide a minimum walkway width of 1,200 millimeters and a minimum cleared access with a stair flight of 1,000 millimeters. Now let's talk about handrail. The outscrew and bolt fixing for decking board and balustrade must be stainless steel and provide a handrail to at least one set of each stair flight. And this is handrail fixing in a picture.
The floating grade walkway follows the requirement of Australian walking track grading systems, which based on the Australian standard for walking track construction. It has a long distance of floating grade walkways and has many steps in there. The portion of the walkway within the national park is rated as a Class 3 track. The post on walkways and handrail on stair follows the requirement of AS 2156.1, Australian standard for walking tracks. The maximum spacing of posts is 2,000 mm, and the height of handrail above the top is 1,000 mm. It also follows the requirement of AS 1657 Australian standard for walkways and stairways. The minimum access width and the stair flight is 1,000 mm. The graded floor follows the requirement of AS 2312.2, Australian standard for galvanized steel design and durability.
And now I want to talk about the commentary on coordination of documentation. Here are landscape architect drawings from manual design. Generally, the arrangement plans express the geographical location and the surrounding environment, whereas the detail plan and section provide more specific information on construction and use of material. And here are boardwalk drawings from Fleetwood. Generally, they provide more elements details such as elevations, beams, columns, and plates. Comparing this drawing to manual design ones, it conveys more accurate data and show more element information, while the previous one show more relationship between float walkways and stair flights with the surroundings and the overall site. More texts are annotated. And now I want to talk about the commentary on the suitability of the element to the circumstance. For the wildlife, the boardwalk is floating above the ground, which allows small animals come through easily. And it also allows plants to absorb water and sunshine due to the great walkway. They also allow people to get rid of weeds at the source to avoid weed spreading and protect native species. For the drainage problem, the boardwalk has small impact on the drainage due to the floating platform. And the building materials were brought to the site by hand, which means they could be placed without large disturbance on the site. And now I want to talk about the commentary on sustainability issues. There are endangered species in this area. The boardwalk is floating above the ground, which allows small animals such as bandicoots come over easily. Acacia terminalis is an endangered species that are well protected along the floating walkway because the walkway will change building direction to avoid disturbing this vegetation. And for the management, there are lower parts of the floating walkway which keeps vegetation down and provides space for service vehicles access. And for the material, the fiberglass reinforced plastic Great Walkway are extremely resistant to corrosion and rot, but they're costly and might not be existed in the future. So what about the timber walkway? They're sustainable in the future because trees always grow, and they're less expensive, but longer labor and installation time. And they got more construction elements that cause greater disturbance on the land. Vegetation couldn't grow underneath, and they have shorter life expectancy. Thanks for visiting our site. Hope you enjoy our presentation. Thank you.